Hi, I'm Tim Welsh, co-owner of Welsh Construction, a full-service design remodeling company located in Lexington, Virginia. I'd like to take some time to tell you about a new tool that we just recently purchased called a thermal imaging camera. This camera can be very useful, I think, to you as a homeowner to get a better understanding of the energy efficiency or maybe the lack of in your own home. And then I think it can help me as a builder as we go through the design build process to get a better understanding of what's behind the walls before we start tearing things apart. A thermal imaging camera is something similar to a video camera, except that it creates its images through heat as opposed to light. The camera is so sensitive that it can actually pick up the heat left on the floor by a footprint as someone's walking across the floor. Here are some of the ways that I think a thermal imaging camera can help you get a better understanding of what's going on within the walls of your home. The first way that I think a thermal imaging camera can help us is in determining the amount of insulation that you have in your walls. A thermal imaging camera can be used to detect missing or inadequate insulation within a wall, ceiling, or floor cavity. The temperature difference between the areas with and without insulation will show up as different colors. The studs in the exterior walls will show up as a different color because they are conducting cold temperatures from the outside more readily than an insulated wall cavity. A void in the insulation will show up as a blue color as compared to a lighter color for the warmer sections of wall. The opposite of this color spectrum would be true if we were taking the pictures from the exterior. This information can be helpful when trying to determine why a particular room may not be maintaining the same temperature as the rest of the home. This image here of an interior wall looks perfectly normal, but when looked at through a thermal imaging camera, it shows a cold spot, which is actually an exterior outlet that is allowing cold air to enter into the wall cavity. A thermal imaging camera can also help us to detect problems with air seals around windows and doors. This image of a door shows a poor seal on one side of the door where you can see more air coming in as opposed to the other side. The camera readily shows the movement of air from the outside to the inside, showing up as a darker color around the edges of the door as the colder air moves into the house. In addition to detecting air leakage around windows and doors, a thermal imaging camera can also detect failures in insulated panes of glass. Another benefit of a thermal imaging camera is that it can detect moisture or leakage issues behind a wall before they become a major problem. Moisture within a wall will typically be a few degrees warmer or colder than the surrounding areas depending on the time of day and the temperature inside the room. This can be especially useful when trying to detect hard-to-find leaks without having to remove large sections of drywall. The camera can also be used after the leak is repaired to confirm that the repair is actually working. Another interesting feature of a thermal imaging camera is that it can be useful in determining what is behind a wall prior to having to open a wall up. It can detect where the studs are located in the wall. It can find hot water pipes within a wall. It can locate a drainage pipe within a wall. And all these things are very useful to know during the design process.